Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at the 1999 release by Playmates from their Star Trek Starfleet Command International Edition series of action figure sets. And this particular set we're looking at today is from the Alien series, and it is of the Borg drone and Captain Jean-Luc Picard as Locutus of Borg. Okay, so this is the box that they come in. And top of the box is a Star Trek Alien series, Starfleet Command, Star Trek Starfleet Command International Edition, the best of both worlds display environment. And there you can see Picard as Locutus and the Borg drone just behind the window. And you've got the Borg cube flying through the space, and it says Borg drone and Captain Jean-Luc Picard as Locutus of Borg, as seen in Star Trek The Next Generation from the episode The Best of Both Worlds. And it's got warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years. Ages 4 and up, stock number 65173, and you've got the Star Trek and the Playmates logo at the bottom right hand corner. Okay, so that's the front of the box. Now before we actually have a good look at the figures themselves, I'm going to turn the box around and let's see what we've got printed on the back. Okay, so I've turned the box around and this is what's on the back. So it says Star Trek Alien series, the best of both worlds, display environment. And on the right hand side you can see Captain Jean-Luc Picard as Locutus of Borg and the Borg drone. And you can see they're standing on the plinth with the display environment behind them. Okay, and it says USS Enterprise NCC 1701D mission database. Subject Borg assimilation of Captain Jean-Luc Picard. On stardate 43989.1, a Borg cube entered Federation space, headed for Sector 001, the Terran system where the Borg would attempt to assimilate Earth and therefore the Federation. Captain Jean-Luc Picard and the USS Enterprise intercepted the cube, hoping to delay the Borg until a Starfleet Armada could be assembled at Wharf 359. Several Borg drones boarded the Enterprise D and captured Picard. The captain was taken aboard the cube and assimilated into the collective. Given the name Locutus, he was forced to act as a speaker for the Borg and to direct the assault on Earth. Although Picard wanted to resist the collective, he wasn't strong enough. With his involuntary help, the Borg wiped out Starfleet Armada. Commander William Riker successfully executed a plan to rescue Picard from the cube and return him to the Enterprise D. Lieutenant Commander Data established a link with the collective through Picard and was able to force the Borg into their regeneration mode, effectively putting them to sleep. A self-destruct command was then generated, destroying the cube and saving Earth from a simulation. For further information, contact Security Chief Worf. And it says, boldly go when no one has gone before. Collect the entire galaxy of Star Trek Display Environment International Edition. And you've got Star Trek The Tholon Web Twin Pack. And the bottom right hand corner, you've got Paramount Toys logo. You've got Star Trek logo and Playmates logo. And it's ages 4 and up. And it's stock number 65173. Okay, so that is the back of the box. Now I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually open the box and take the figures out. And let's have a good look at them outside of the box. Okay, so I've removed the figures from the box and the display environment that they stand against. And there they are. They're still inside the plastic surround, actually. So if I take that off, can I remove this? Okay, so there is tape on it, but I'm going to actually remove the tape off and take the figures out and have a better look at them without the reflection of the plastic surround. Okay, so I've removed the figures from the plastic surround, and we got a much better look at them now. Incidentally, this is the first set that I've seen that doesn't actually come with a base. Now, all the other sets that we've seen in the past and we've reviewed in the past have all had bases on the bottom. And that base was removable so you could bring it down in front and stand the figures on front of the base. But this particular one doesn't have it, so the figures are just literally standing on the base itself. But they stand up very well, unaided, so that's fine. Okay, let's start by having a look at Picard as Locutus. Let's just zoom out a little bit. So there you can see. Now it's a pretty good likeness. Let's just bring him in closer a second. That is a damn good likeness of Picard as Locutus of Borg. The figures, the sculpting on the figure and the detailing is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, look at the detailing just on the head there. It's done so well. And the sculpture of his face is so good as well. And obviously he's in his Borg gear, and he's got his tubes running in his leg and his hand, and he's got this weird shaped whatever it is on his hand there, in place of his hand, and that does rotate, so you can rotate that all the way around. And then of course you got the movements on the hands as well. So articulation wise, these figures are fantastic. So you've got head, arm, elbow, then you've got the rotation of the Borg implant on that arm. This one you've got the rotation of the arm and the elbow, and obviously the shoulder, and then we've got the legs. We've also got the waist, we've got the knee joints. So yeah, absolutely terrific articulation on these small figures. I think these figures are just absolutely phenomenal. Playmates just really done such a fantastic job on all these figures. Yeah, I just can't praise them enough. Okay, so let's get some sizes. So we're looking at 12 centimeters, which is the 5-inch figures. You just under 4.5 inches, 4 3/4 inches, whatever you like to call it. The width wise, if you measure right across his hand, which is the widest point, you're looking at 7 centimeters. And depth wise, you're looking at about 2 centimeters deep. So that is Locutus of Borg, or Captain Picard as a Borg. Let's just pop him back on the display environment. And then I'm knocking everything over behind me. But then let's have a look at the Borg drone. And again, the detailing is fabulous. All the tiny little marks and detailing on his face and his forehead. He's got a green light on his eye. Again, articulation's fantastic. He's got the tubes running all the way through him, and he's got a claw on this one. And again, articulation. So head, shoulders, rotating arms and elbows. Again on the Borg implant, and this arm doesn't actually, so that's the arm does go, oh yeah, that's because the implant goes round, and obviously that goes up and down on the shoulder. And of course you've got the legs, the waist, the knee joints. So amazing articulation on these small figures, and the detailing is second to none. Like I say, Playmates have done a fantastic job. And these are both all the same sizes figures, incidentally, in case you're wondering why I haven't measured this one. But there we go again, it's 12 centimeters. Across is 7 and 2 centimeters deep, same as the Locutus of Borg. So that is the figures. Now, I mean, these figures have got the holes on the feet for a stand, but there's no stand that come in this particular set for some reason. I don't quite understand why, or maybe it was an error at the factory and they've left out the stand, but I don't really understand why, because all the others have got them. So, and there's, of course, is the amazing Borg display diorama behind. Now, displaying these figures in this diorama just looks absolutely fantastic. I really do like these display figure box sets. The figures are amazing anyway. Playmates are just second to none when it comes to these figures, and put them into the environment, they just look so good. Okay, how well did these do back in the day? Well, to be honest with you, I don't think they've done as well as what was as hoped, because most of these figures have been already previously released in single form, so a lot of people actually had them, so people didn't actually go and buy them again. because they already had them. My personal opinion, I went and bought them again because the displays were just fantastic. I think they display much better, and you could, of course, with your single figures, you could add them into the display and make a bigger display as well. So my opinion is they're just so good, better than the single figures, but unfortunately they didn't sell as well because of the fact that the single figures, a lot of them had already been released as single figures. But still sold terrific amount, and I think the quantities were obviously more limited on these sets than what they were as the individual figures. So maybe that's another reason why they didn't sell as many as the loose figures. But now finding these figures nowadays in these mint unopened condition is becoming very difficult indeed. As we're talking 25 years on since they were released, they're getting harder and harder to find in this mint unopened condition. But as usual, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Trek items and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we are uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive you're not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.